Hello, good morning. So let's start. Now finally we are in week 3 according to by the slide set. But we are supposed to be in week 4 or something like that because the week 1 and week 2 are supposed to be long. Okay? So let's start. Oh, right. Okay. Good. So we used salary a lot, and this week we are going to talk about that. So our weekly objectives are this. So we are going to learn our first data structure called linked list. And objectives are firmly understanding how it works, how the references work, right? By using the handle. Do you remember that reference class, difference between the reference class and the value class? Actually, that is very important. So we are going to use that. And there are you have to understand various types of the linked list, and singular linked list, doubly linked list, circular linked list. There are different kinds of linked lists, and acquiring the implementation ability of the linked list, you should be able to code the linked list in MATLAB. And that's what you are going to do in the offline course. And understanding the procedures like the linked list management, insert, delete, search, and so forth, right? Basically, what we are going to do is that we are going to implement a new data structure that might replace the cell array. And cell array, I think that you are pretty familiar with at this moment, okay? Of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about the cell array to give you a short recap. So here is the problem. So you see that these many people, like here, what do you see? What do you see? You want to find one person named Go. Actually, my wife's family name is Go, so I use it pretty a lot in my slide sets. And actually you can ask around, are you Miss Go or something like that. In this scenario, will it work? Maybe, maybe not. But there are pretty much chance that you are going to see a person that you already asked the question. Means that you are just rambling around without any directionality. Means that you need some order, right? After you have some order, you line up these people and write this, right? You line up, and then you see that you can ask around, are you Miss Go or something like that in this order. Of course, it will take long time, but it's way better, much better than this case, right? Actually, you realize that this is not going to work, and what you are going to do is that you are going to line up people and again ask a question one by one, right? Again, like the corridor structure, right? Unlike the maze, that you really can't find a good directionality with a good intuition, this corridor gives you a good intuition. If you want to find the restroom here, then you might find here, you might find here, you might find here, you might find here. If you don't find it, then circle around, right? Circle around and you will find it here, you will find it here, you will find it here. Actually, there is a restroom here, and you will find it, right? What you see is that things are organized in such a way to line up entities, right? So you have a dump of information of the customers. Sorry, you have a dump of information from the customers. How to store, search, and manipulate the information. Actually, you first need to store it, right? You have this big data set and it's not organized, it's not in the order, and what you want to do is that you want some order there, right? And that time you are going to line them up with a list, and that's what we are going to talk about that today, okay? why we study this. So, alright, Professor, writing up data sets pretty cool. In the offline course, we did sentiment analysis, and we have 200 reviews, and 200 reviews were lined up by using vector or matrices, and it can be easily turned into these arrays, right? So we have this good information. Why? Right? And we are going to discuss that the reason why these arrays are not good enough later. But actually, in the real world, this list type is much often used in the real world setting. Okay, so we are going to talk about the problems of these arrays or the matrices. Okay, by using the list collection variable, it's collection variable because it's a variables collection. You can search, add, remove, and update the list very easily, and sometimes very quickly. Sometimes means that it's not always, right? If your software is a very serious one, that like the one that you are going to build in industry, in that case you are concerned about whether the list type will work well or not, right? If you are going to use this good linked list, and actually you are going to use it, then you want to know how it works. Of course, later you are not going to implement it, right? In this course, you are going to implement it. If you are in industry, you are going to use someone else's implementation of the linked list. But in that case, in your future, if someone gives you a certain data structure and you are not sure about how it works, then of course you can record that how it works that I taught in this course, and you will see these characteristics, how it is constructed and how it operates later. Okay, so this lecture is for that purpose. So what's the problem of this array? So this is a perfect set array, right? It's A, B, D, E, F, right? We don't have C at this moment. So we can reference, we can point. So remember that I called it reference here. So we have x1, A, x2, B, x3, D, x4, E, x5, F, right? It's typical set array in our MATLAB code. And each element is accessible by index. So this is called index, right? And you write some matrix name here and parentheses, and if you put a number here, means that let's go to an nth element of a certain vector, right? So it's very easy. And in the index, it should be a positive. It's not typical. It should be a positive integer, right? Very simple creation. You can do like this, and actually that's why people use it. So set array works fine. Really? Okay, so let's see this.